All right. Welcome. Happy Monday. I am excited to share with you guys tonight. This is the second Monday of November. For those of you who know or don't know, we had our team retreat this weekend, which has been on my vision board this entire past year. And all I could think about the last, yesterday on my way home and then today is how many people could have been there. How easily we could have had twice as many people on that retreat. And how many people I know wanted to be on that retreat and for whatever reason were not. And as we go into the rest of this month and as we're pushing towards the new year, I really just want to send that message to you all that this is completely and entirely in your control. That success is completely and entirely determined by you. Once you make that decision that you are willing to work hard and that you are willing to show up and that it is what you want. There isn't success here for everybody. The beauty of this business, the beauty of this community is that we all come into it with entirely different reasons, with entirely different whys. And it is so important for you to get clear on your why, because that why is what's going to be, that's what's going to get you through the hard. That's what's going to get you to push through all the discomfort. And so what pushes me through is not necessarily going to be what gets you through. And that's like the special thing. That's what's different about each and every one of us as coaches, but that's also what bonds us and unites us as a team, is the fact that we are all here to get better in some way. We all are here because we have a goal and we are working towards, but we all also are just trying to help as many women as we possibly can to discover that for themselves, to find that, drive to better themselves and to help them and mentor them along the way. So I really want to go over some key takeaways that I learned this weekend from our guest speaker. If you guys follow her, Lillian Osborne, she was our guest speaker this weekend, and she was absolutely incredible. And she's somebody that I myself have looked up to this, past year, and I've watched her journey. And it was really awesome to hear from her perspective, especially as her business has grown so much in the last few months, which is kind of where I see us sitting right now. At this moment in time, that we are on the verge of a really big turning point in our in the course of our team. So first thing I want to talk about is, like I said, you need to get clear on your why. You need to get clear on what you want and your vision, and you really need to be brave about it and really allow yourself to dream. Picture where you want to be in a year from now, and don't create a plan B. All right. The biggest thing that switched in my brain this past year is the fact that I created my vision, and I write it down, and I read it every day, and I don't act like I have a backup plan. This is my plan A. This is my plan. So if she said, Lily said a quote that was really great that she got from somebody else. I don't remember where she got it from, but I think it was Bonnie Engel, how she said, you have to burn the boat. When it comes to your goals and it comes to your dreams and things like that, you have to, if we constantly think and would only or dip our toe in the water, or we constantly think oh, if I didn't hit Success Club this week, it's fine, I'll hit it next week. Or, oh, I didn't reach my goal this month, it's fine, I'll reach it next month. then you're never really going to get anywhere. You're always going to have that safety net mentality that it's okay that I didn't succeed. It's okay that I didn't reach my goal. So burn the boat, burn the freaking boat, and just decide that you are going to make it happen. Decide that there is no plan B, and there won't be a plan B. So you just have to decide to act and become that in which you want to become. If you want to become a diamond coach, act like the diamond coach that you want to be. If you want to become a star diamond, 5-star diamond, then look and find those people that are where you are at and see how they are carrying themselves, see how they are posting, and act like that person you want to be. That is something that I started to do when I was pushing for diamond this spring, is I started to really pay attention to those people that were where I wanted to be, what I was pushing for. So I started to act like a diamond coach. I started to talk like I was a diamond coach because I wanted to provide and exude that confidence to people, to let them know that I was for real, to let them know that I was not going anywhere and that this was legit for me. Okay. The second thing that she talked about was marketing your chaos. I think this is so important, especially for all of us, since we all everyone thinks that they're the busiest person in the room, and the fact is that everyone's always going to have that mentality, but we are all busy. So I'm very guilty of this, in the fact that I'm afraid to sometimes share with people the reality of my life and, the hard work that I do put into this business on top of, my full-time job and our life, because I don't want to scare people away. But the fact is that anything worth having is going to take a lot of work. And right now in this season of my life, I know that I am hustling. I know that I am working hard. I know that I am putting in extra hours into this business because my end goal is that this will become my full-time job. My end goal is that someday soon that I won't have to be working 2 jobs. I will be working 1 job. I will be able to pour my energy into my passion, and I'll be able to pour my energy, spread my energy a little bit, more back into things that I've had to sort of put on the back burner these past few months. But that's okay. And you know what? That's worth it for that short-term sacrifice is worth the long-term goal. And if you want to attract people that are willing to work hard, then you need to market where you're at in your life. You need to market, the fact that you are a nurse that is running a, part-time business on the side in the little pockets of your day, that maybe you're running around here and there all over the place, making it work, because that's reality. You don't want to sugarcoat things for people. You want to really prove to them that it is hard, but it's possible. Second, the next thing is to really be clear about you and your brand. Another thing that I've been guilty of that I really have sort of been honing in on is the fact that you are your secret weapon. You and who you are and the things about you and your story are exactly what sets you apart. They are what are going to make you successful. It's what's going to make you and help you attract your people. So be clear about your brand. Something, write down 10 things that describe you. And this is something that I don't do often enough. And it's something that's going to change, just like our whys. Your brand, my brand a year ago is not the same brand as it is today. I was a newlywed, just engaged, not a newlywed. I was just engaged a year ago, planning a wedding, really in the thick of it. I had 2 dogs at the time, and I was really in the throes of just really figuring out this whole lineman wife thing. And, now I'm married and I'm house hunting and I'm, planning for the future, and I'm about to leave my full-time nursing job and go per diem and really take on coaching, and I'm stepping more into leadership. So my season of life today is not the same. My brand today is not the same as it was a year ago. So, be clear, take the time to write down who you are and what describes you. And it's really going to help you when it comes to sharing in your posts, when it comes to your hashtags, when it comes to how you talk on your stories, because you're going to be talking to you. All right. It's not, another thing is the fact that when you're on your stories, you don't want to be acting like you're talking to everybody in the world. You want to act like you're just talking to your best friend, or you want to act like you're just talking to you. There's only one person on the other side of that screen, because that's what's going to help people really connect with you. So I challenge you, when you get off this call, that you will do that you'll write down those 10 things that describe you, write it on a Post-it note, and keep it, on your laptop. Keep it somewhere where you're going to see it, to just constantly, or maybe in your planner, and just keep reminding you of who you are, so that when you are struggling, or maybe you're having, maybe about what to post or whatever, that you can come back to that and you can remember that you are these things, and you do not need to emulate or be, you can act like, when I say act like the diamond coach you want to be, I don't mean become that person. I mean, be you, but just carry that confidence with you. So next thing I wanted to talk about is, or I talked about that, is to, keep recruiting. Make sure that you are posting at least once a day about the coaching opportunity. Every single day, I try to post 1 to 2 posts. Okay. My goal every day is to post 1 to 2 quality posts. Depending on, and pretty much whether it's like just the one post, or maybe it's in the second post, pretty much every post I do always has a breadcrumb or talks about something about this community. It talks about something that, this community is either given me. It debunks a objection that a common objection that I get about this community, about coaching, or about, these challenge groups. So typically it's like, I'm always talking about the coaching opportunity. I'm always talking about what, it means to me to be a coach, what coaching has brought into my life. So I'm always trying to relate that back to who Amy was pre-coaching and tie it back into Amy now. So that's what's going to, constantly keep me connected with those people that are back where I was before I started. And that's what's going to help me, attract those people that I'm going to sponsor at some point, and inspire to join my team, because they are going to be able to connect with me and my story. They're going to see, and I'm going to be answering their questions without ever having to have the behind the scenes conversation. So just keep recruiting. When you show up in your feed every single day. You cannot expect people to trust you. You cannot expect people to want to invest in you if you are not showing up. Okay, so this is a really big one for me, because it was something in the beginning, it's so hard because you want people to trust you, but the fact is, and you take every no so personally, but the fact of the matter is that no is not a no, it's honestly a not right now, because that person, you reaching out to them following you, it's planted the seed. They are going to continue to watch you. And the best way that you can prove to them, the best way that you can build that trust and build that connection is to keep showing up, to keep sharing in your posts, objections, and to keep answering those questions that are going through people's minds because you had them yourself, because you're seeing it in your inbox every day. You're hearing it from people. You know what their concerns are, so you can publicly address them in your posting. Okay, so, and like I said, post to answer the questions, okay? People are watching. There's messages I get all the time, like, we just did a live coach sneak peek over the weekend, and I went through and I had more people watch that sneak peek, watch that live than ever watch my stories. It was insane to me, because come to find out, those people that watched, like, they aren't following me, but maybe they're somebody that I've talked to from way back when, or maybe there's somebody that like doesn't follow me at all. And I reached out to them and I thanked them for, watching my stories. And their responses, some of them, were the fact that they have been watching me for months, that they have, been thinking about joining my challenge groups for months. And I didn't know it. Okay. So my point is to tell you the fact that like you said, your feed, your Instagram is your storefront. It is basically your portfolio, for you to prove, show people that this is a business, that you are a professional, that you are a human being, and that you are trustworthy, and that you are consistent, and that you are going to be there for them because you're not quitting on yourself. Okay. So like I said, they may not be answering your messages. I can't tell you how many times people like just don't respond, you guys. Like, it happens like all the time. Okay. And what I do with those people is they just go back on my follow-up list. I usually follow up with them until I get a no. That's personally my decision, is to just keep following up with them, at least to the point where I get sick of following up with them and I decide to just stop. But I usually go for no with those people. So just know that, and again, they're reading my messages. They are still watching my stories, or they're still following me. So I know that they're watching. So whether or not they're actually my people is a different story. But the fact is that I know that they are there, and the best thing that I can do is to keep showing up and to keep proving them wrong. Okay. So yes, so they aren't answering your message, but they are reading your post, you guys. So don't underestimate the importance of being consistent on your feed, getting that quality post in every day. And the last thing I really wanted to touch on, I know this is short and sweet, but the last thing I really wanted to touch on is the fact that this is a gift, you guys. Like, think of any coach. I know we all do. Even if you haven't really explored coaching, maybe it's something that, we all have a coach that we really look up to. We all have a coach that maybe really got us interested and sparked us into the business opportunity. Or maybe it was like way back when, before we even were a part of this team together, there was a coach that we followed that we didn't even know was a Beachbody coach, but we saw that they exuded, this confidence and this happiness that we wanted to strive to be like. And all these top coaches now that I know of that are basically these people that I look up to, can you imagine if someone hadn't reached out to them and invited them to this coaching opportunity? If someone hadn't reached out to them and invited them to a challenge group, to the point where now, like, they wouldn't be where they were at if they weren't invited. And that is something that really hit me when I heard it, because it's so true. because to think, here we are on this call. Think about yourself. Like, if I hadn't been invited, then would you be here? You know, like, if you weren't invited, would your sponsored coaches underneath you be here? You can't underestimate the effect of telling someone that they would be good at this. You can't underestimate the power of like inviting someone to this community and not knowing like how that could drastically change their mindset, their life, their relationships. Like, I look at my own journey. If I hadn't been invited, I don't even want to know like where my relationships would be. I don't want to know like who I would be. Where would I be in my job? Where would I be in my mindset, you know, if I hadn't been invited to this opportunity? If I didn't have coaching, like where would I be today? So I want you guys to stop going into coaching or inviting or recruiting. I hate the word recruiting, but I don't want you to think of it. I want you to change your mindset about it. I want you to think about it as the fact that truly what you're doing is you are reaching out and you are trying to sponsor these people. You're trying to guide them. You're trying to mentor them. You're trying to help them become the best that they can be. You're trying to share this amazing gift and opportunity with them and like hope and let it change their life. Okay. So that is honestly like really all I had to share with you tonight. But where I wanted it to, and my hope was, is that as we go into this next week, that you really will, like, again, put your blinders on, open your heart, open up your mindset, and really like get clear and excited about what you want to accomplish. Get excited about where you want to be in a year from now. Get excited about where you want to be in a week from now, a month from now. Like, this is such an amazing opportunity. There's truly so much joy that can be found within this team, within this, you know, this community, within this lifestyle. And all I want as a coach is for you, each and every single one of you, and for each and every single person that I talk to and I interact with, I want them to leave this interaction feeling more joy, feeling inspired, feeling motivated, feeling supported. I want them to feel all the positive things, okay? And that's truly what we're about, and that's truly what this is about and our team is about. And I just hope that, you know, this in some way, shape, or form maybe refocus things for you if maybe you were feeling a little unfocused, or maybe it's going to help light that fire for you as we head towards the new year and get you clear on all that you can truly accomplish if you are willing and able. No, not if you're able. If you are willing to set your mind to it, if you're willing to just declare and decide that you are going to go all in, not for anybody else, but for you. Okay. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for hopping on, and I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later.